Hi guys, welcome to the Social Scene podcast. This is the catch-up roll 2. We did it last week and this is the second roll. So welcome to the Social Scene. With me, Dicky Chillis and
Rachel Wamucii
and
Oburu Odhiambo.
Yes. So as you know, we are your hosts here and Oburu is our producer. Alisema hii kitu ni interesting sana, nataka kuendelea kukua hapa. So karibu, I think tutakuwa na yeye for as long as anataka kukua hapa. Mlisema kuna points tamu so tukasema pia he's an asset. And of course here at the Social Scene podcast we aim to bring credible and not bring misinformation. And last time we had a comment, kuna mtu, a Nigerian specifically, he told us about the Nigerian story that we made about the presidential election and the outcome of the election. And we are here to correct our style of delivering that information. And we realized we had made some mistakes when it comes to what we said about the turnout and the results of the election. So some things that we noted down are that the Nigerian youth are not very, very excited or very satisfied with the outcome of the elections. That is one thing that we needed to note last time, but we did not. And also we were correct as we said the turnout of the elections was very low because only 7 or 9% of the Nigerians turned out to vote. And there are so many reasons. First, the KDA, the soldiers, not the KDA. Jesus. Hey,
what is it?
So the soldiers who were deployed into the cities, be it Lagos, Abuja, hizo cities zote, and people were scared to turn out because they feared there would be violence. Another thing we noted is that people were reluctant to go to vote because they preferred to monitor the elections on TV and social media rather than go vote. And also we acknowledged that there was massive rigging of the elections as Nigerians claim, so they're not satisfied with the results of the election. And as Social Scene Podcast, we accept that we made a mistake last time and we are aiming to move forward to make sure that we put out credible, factual information moving forward. So we apologize to anyone that we made feel emotional, feel angry about the information that we put out there. And we are aiming to correct our mistakes moving forward. Yeah.
Apologies to our Nigerians brothers and sisters.
Apologies to our Nigerian brothers and sisters.
Wanasemanga kunini kidonde yenye haijapona.
Hey, it was very fresh.
It was very fresh.
Hey, so
sorry for that. Hope you'll heal soon.
You are shady. We just apologize.
We wish them quick recovery.
So we move on to our catch up of this day. As we are shooting this, the stories that we're giving right now is the information that we have as we are shooting this. So when it goes up, it's the information that is there as we are shooting this. So when it uploads, be mindful that there may be more developments on the stories that we are making. So the stories that we are doing right now, we are shooting as per the information that is with us today, as at this moment. Yeah, and the first story is Extian Dela and the mother drama continues as Extian responded and suggested that as much as the mother is claiming that they have been blocked, the sisters have been blocked, Extian has cut information from the family members. Extian suggests of toxic family environment. And it's a point to ponder on so many people's minds. There are people who say it's right to do it. It's right to block your family. It's right to move away from your family if you feel that they're toxic. What do you guys think?
Sometimes you do need to walk away. Sometimes. But you don't give up on your family easily.
You don't think you should tolerate it?
Tolerate what? Toxicity? Yeah. Okay. They're your family. So you're supposed to, I guess, fight through it. I don't know, get things in check or something. But kama umefika point enye, sometimes you may need some space yourself. Yeah, kama maybe they're pulling you down. I don't know if that's something family will do. Ata kama si intentional, if maybe kuna vitu hazikuhusu sana. I think you totally have the right to take some space, not neglect them per se, but take some space
from them.
Personally, this is what I feel. Let me start. For those of us who might have found a chance to watch this series, Peaky Blinders, there's this character called Tommy Shelby. At some point, the character says, family at times becomes the shelter that protects us from the storms. And at times, family itself is the storm that we face. But you see, at the end of the day, they say that home, when I talk of home, this is where your family is. It's the only place whereby your absence is really felt. So I feel like it doesn't matter whatever is it that you might feel your family is doing for you. I know there are cases of being toxic and everything. But you see, I had, the mom was saying that this happened after Della met this lady. So before Della met this lady, Della was already mature enough. So if it was true that these people were toxic hata toka kitambo, then probably angetoka kitambo. But the mother was talking of something like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, that was 2019. Yeah, 2019, I really feel like... I'm not sure, like, because I don't have the facts. That's what Della says. That's what the mother says. But anyway, what I feel is like, as much as whatever is happening, it's very, because if he's blocking the whole family members, you know, I tend to think maybe the problem is not even the family. The problem is you. Because when you find like you're not going well with everyone in the group, then it's very difficult to convince us that everyone in that group is the bad person. It means that you personally,
you might be the problem.
You might be the problem. Yeah, so, but I don't know. He did whatever he felt was good. Probably, you know, again, someone was saying that let Twitter not carry him away. What people say on Twitter. Finally, when you're in that car, wooden box going to be buried, the best your friends will do, they'll come and take pictures on your burial day and post them and say, but if there are people will feel your absence for the rest of their lives are your family members. So I really feel they need to find a better way to talk it out with the mom and everything and other family members. So wanaweza pata venye wanaiongelea. Again, I don't feel it safe to bring up such deep family issues out to the public, because you know Kenyans, venye tunawajua, that people will make fun of it. So.
For me, I think family is a very touchy issue. It's a very sensitive issue, and each family is different. So for XTN, I think the way you said it, they should find a way to solve it as family, because these things didn't happen with us. They happened with them. So they should find a way. Amma, tell us, what do you think about that? What do you think XTN should do, or how do you think they should solve their problems? If you found yourself in such a situation, what would be your recommended action? And now to the next story. A survey has been done, and it has revealed that 80% of pharmacists in Kenya are either untrained or unqualified. So ule mtu ambaye mnaendeanga dawa kwake, most probably hakukanyanga shule ya mtu, na kama alikanyanga hakufanya what anafanya at that time. What do you guys feel about that? Now that sisi what I think tumeenda over the counter, tumenunua dawa.
Nimenunua dawa hata juzi.
Exactly. So what do you guys think?
Labda alikuwa na hangout na madaktari akapewa kazi, akalearn through watching na
apprenticeship.
na hajaenda shule. Tricky sana. Anastoto bana.
No, you know, over the years anyway, hiyo ndio kitu imekuwa ikifanyika na ni survey wamefanya, na tumekuwa tukichukua hizi dawa na tunazimeza. Then let me assume that maybe these drugs help us because of the faith we have in these drugs.
Not because they are actually
not because
working.
they're actually working or those people are professionals or anything. Yeah, but it's a sad thing if we can a survey can be done and we talk of high figures like 80% of them, then that's so worrying. Like yet we have how do we call them, people who have gone. The other day niliona walikuwa nasema like 4,000 doctors are jobless in this country. And again, you remember like 2-3 weeks ago, there was these issues of drugs being zinapatikana zenye zinafaa ziende kwa hospitali zinapelekwa kwa hizi pharmacies and clinics, personal private nini. So what doesn't make sense, it makes sense cause you find whoever owns this clinic or pharmacy at the same time ana work kwa hospitali fulani, and full time ako kwa hospitali, then there's someone running this pharmacy or everything. So I think nile tu there are people wenye kutuna knowledge kidogo venye tu amesema they've associated with this doctor for a while, na probably wanajua the common issues watu kujanga nayo. So mtu akikuja na issue kai wewe mpeda wakai muandikie hivi
hii
inakunywa hivi because by the lakini ni mbaya, like that's so sad. Like for the I think the ministry nafaa iangalie because that shows how much how do I put it, how much
I think that's
rotten,
that it's a dangerous path we are taking. Now it's pharmacists. In future it's going to be doctors. It's going to be nurses. It's going to be surgeons. It's going to be, and then we'll have all these cases of botched surgery.
Actually ilianza na polisi. You remember that IG mwenye alipatikana, he was a whatever for how many years na kumbe haja qualify. Yeah, but he ran for some good time.
Think about it. What do you think? What do you think about this? Do you think we're trading? Do you think it is a job opportunity for all of us? Unajua kuna mtu anasema kwa hivyo naweza kuwa pharmacist.
Ndio.
Yeah, do you think it's a job opportunity for you? Do you think
kazi yangu ni daktari anafungua pharmacy?
Unaweza take risk toka tu ukishaona hii toka anza biashara yako.
Moving on to the next story. So a petitioner through Mugane Advocates is petitioning the appointment of creatives such as Churchill, Kate Actress, Aziad into the Talanta Hela committee. It's a committee. The petition is also questioning what is the procedure of appointing these people. Also, where are the funds coming from to support this committee and its activities, and what is its goals? What exactly are its goals?
Wow.
Let me start. What's your
answer?
Thank you. Asante sana kwa kwenda kwa hiyo petition, because we all ask the same question. What is the procedure ya kutengeneza? Because this is a government entity, and with every government entity there has to be a procedure on how people are employed, on how people are given contracts, and on how money is used in that specific entity. This one, there was nothing, unless it was there and it was not revealed to us.
Maybe.
So that is activism in action.
Yes, that is activism, and it's going to save us a lot of watu kukua mahali penye maybe hawastahili.
Meritology.
From the beginning, I always feel like I need to talk about this issue, but again I always hold back because I don't know like the criteria the CS used to appoint these people or even to form this committee or whatever it's called. But I always have a problem with people who are even appointed and given those roles. I think I won't be crucified for this because it's something that I'm sure if you are there on Twitter, everyone is talking about.
Don't be scared of being crucified. Your opinion is your opinion.
Is my opinion.
Ule atakuwa offended, my friend. Ni opinion yake. There's nothing you can do about it.
You see someone like Churchill, with all the respect we give him and everything. We've had many cases of comedians complaining of not being paid or being mistreated on this the Churchill show, Churchill Row, whatever, during that time. So if we can have someone with this reputation still be given such a big docket to lead kitu kama hiyo, if he couldn't really take good care of the small number of comedians he was managing, how sure are you that he'll be able to manage the whole creative industry now? Another issue that I had was about this selection, like when I talk about the criteria and everything, most of the established in quotes, creative people in the creative industry are not talking about this issue because one or two people they are very close to are part of the committee and they know they can have a bite of the cake. But the people who are really concerned are this upcoming generation. They know no one there. There are people, the names that tunasikia too. So their worry is, okay, so actually, ndio wanaongelea. So if this guy, whoever, the petitioner, he really speaks a lot on behalf of the upcoming creatives in this country more than the established.
He's the voice of the voiceless.
Actually, is the, how do we call this guy who used to go to court after every matter comes? Okio Mtata. So he's the Okio Mtata for the upcoming creatives in this country. Yeah, so he's doing a good job, by the way.
Now to some sad news. Police are investigating an incident where a Form 1 student was beaten to death at Chemase Secondary School. Kelvin Kiptanui, his name was beaten for allegedly cheating in physics exams, midterm exams specifically. This one is a sensitive issue for me, so I'll let you guys go first.
Let me start. When you mentioned that story, I think it was yesterday, if I'm not wrong, or the other day, I read somewhere there's a lady at Njoro Girls High School who was also reported dead, but the school hasn't communicated anything about it. So, but you see, when such things really happens, one thing I know, like, these things do happen in schools, but the school heads always do try to ensure that it doesn't go to the public domain. So for you to find like such an issue coming out and attracting the attention of the whole public, unajua hata tukisema watoto wachapwe, that's too much. Like you see, beating a student to death is more of frustration than discipline. Like I feel like the teacher is anatoa frustration yake kwa huyu mtoto more than disciplining this student. Because hata wezi upigwa huku kwa streets na
they don't die,
but when you be the extent at which unapiga mtoto for just cheating in a physics mind you, it is physics.
Una speak from experience.
Yeah, it is physics. Not in English ama nini, ini physics. So huyu mtoto hata nikoshua kwa na plans za kwenda kufanya hiyo physics. Alikuwa tu like form 1. So probably hata ja make decision. Hakuwa ichague. Anaifanya tu saa hii for the sake of it. Ikifikia time ya kuchagua subjects aiache. Like I really feel it's an issue the ministry should look into and pay close attention to it. Like atakani kudiscipline watoto isifike hapo. Like that's so sad.
Mi sina mengi ya kusema, but niko concerned na venye shule zinakuanga so afraid of saying what's actually happening, of being like I guess judged by the public to the extent enye mnaficha vitu very very vital. Like the other day there was this school enye apparently there was cholera, and instead of just letting the students go home or something because something is very off, I don't know, alerting some professionals wakuje wafanye investigation and everything, they were literally very quiet, people getting sick.
I also think the reason they would do that is because they know what happened.
Yeah.
The reason why they would do that.
Like don't hide, just say it, just
punishment in school,
deal with it.
Yeah.
Punishment in school is alright. Now when it comes to beating a child, that has boundaries. Kuna vile unaweza chapa mtoto mpaka huyo mtoto ashangae kwani ni anadharauliwa, anachukiwa. Ikifika ni mtoto anakufa, because this one alichapwa and then akaanza ku experience chest pains. Okay, then akapeleka hospitali and he did not survive. You see? So kama mwalimu, wewe kama mwalimu penye huko, do you think what you are doing, beating a child, is right? Wewe kama raia hapo, maybe uko na mtoto or maybe unapanga kuwa na watoto. What do you think about the issue of inaitangwa nini, corporal punishment. What do you think about the issue of corporal punishment in schools in Kenya? Na nimeachia hapo. Nimeachia hapo. It's a sense sitakangi kuongelea story sana.
Uko na experience.
Ni painful.
Mimi najua watu walichapo wenye kama wali survive. Bwana Mungu tu ni mzuri.
Si tulikuwa tunachapo ukidrop na how many marks? Ukidrop tuseme you had 350 last time and then this time exam ikakuwa chini ikakuwa ngumu kidogo ukapata 320. Utachapwa hizo 30. So hiyo mwalimu atadistribute mkono, haga, feet.
Mbona tunachapangwa hivyo vyote lakini inakuanga just too much.
Nikupe tu experience moja kauta ni mind na time.
Sawa.
Unajua nikiwa primary tulienda kufanya these joint exams and so our maths teacher used to set for people pass marks and everything. So this teacher believed in me so much with mathematics than I believed myself with mathematics. Because alinisetia pass mark ya 90. But personally I knew 90 for me ni tricky. I know myself. So tukaenda tukafanya exam. Luckily I was sitting next to a lady. Shule ingine tulikuwa tunafanya nayo joint hizo time. She was the bright one. And unajua tu ile nini ya kudanganyana primary kidogo. This lady helped me because alimaliza hiyo maths haraka. So akanisaidia. So mimi ni kuandika tu. Unajua primary ni A C D. Unashika hata 5 mara moja. Then nikabahatika nikapata 88. So tumerudi shule.
Hakukuwa na kuonyesha calculations hapo.
Kuna primary nani so si nimepata 88 yangu nimerudi shule. Mwalimu alinipiga kuliko mtu alisetiwa 90 akapata 8 na pipe. Unajua pipe? Hizi za maji hizi green na black whatever. Mwalimu alinipiga, aliniambia cause ati nampima akili. Juu siwezipata tu hiyo tick moja nifike 90. Angejua hata hii 88 ni kuibiwa. Imagine. Imagine after beating me 10 because he was supposed to give me 20. After the first 10, so alikuwa ananichapa 5, mtu anaingia narudi. So after the next 5 yenye ilikuwa inafikisha 10, nilikimbia nikaenda home. Tulionana na wewe mwalimu the next day location ya kufanya hiyo exam 10. But my mom alimpigia.
Yeah, because hizi vitu why kuchapa watoto kuna point inafika it does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Imagine mzazi understand
like
because ati kwa sababu unachapa. Hello. Mwalimu muongeze.
Nilipenda hesabu sana. Haikuniharibia certificate ya form 4 mbaya.
Moving on. This is a story that our producer Mr. Oburu has a lot to say. Okay. So Raila has called for mass action against the government for a bad economy, bad financial system, just bad everything in the country, bad healthcare, bad security, hizo vitu zote. Mimi sina mengi ya kusema. Nitaachia hii platform.
Passing over.
Siendi kuna mambo ya kusema mengi. History ni yake.
No, lakini watu wananijua they know chini ya maji mimi ni politician. Underwater. So siku moja mkeniona huko kwa hizo campaigns bigi msishtuke. But anyway, let's go to issue ya mass action and everything. Amesema on the 20th of March kutakuwa na a mass action in Nairobi. And after kuisema we saw people protesting in different parts of this country. The one that was ili catch attention sana was the one in Kisumu. There was some parts coast, I think it was in Voi. In Western it was some parts in Vihiga. There was Kisii. Some parts in Nyandarua. Okay. And I hear someone said that I was looking last time. There was someone saying that there was also something in Kirinyaga, but I'm not sure about that because hiyo sijaona. But hizi zingine at least people shared those clips on Twitter and everything. First, personally, I feel like they are the opposition. And you remember when the current government came into power, the president said that he'll need a strong opposition. He'll need a strong opposition.
He's getting his prayers.
So I really feel like he's just being served what he asked for. Alienda kwa hoteli akasema nileteni hii na hiyo ndiyo anapewa. Another thing, these people when walikuwa kwa hizo streets jana, si mtu alienda akawatoa kwa nyumba zao and then him protest. As much as we know kuna organization na some politicians, but you see, if you have like in Kisumu that big number coming out, I think it really speaks of how much Kenyans wanna feel frustrated.
But do you think it's a solution to our problems?
To our problems? Okay, I tend to believe, I can't say yes or no at the moment, but I really feel it's just a way to show the government that like hamfanyi kazi yenyu vizuri. Because I'm sure if the government was doing what the people expected from them, then hata jana hatungekuwa na watu kwa streets. Hatungekuwa na watu wengi hivyo. Then again, you see, what we have to understand, you see this man Raila, of all Kenyan politicians wenye najua sahi wenye wana exist, Kenyan politicians do have supporters. Raila has followers. And so this is a guy mwenye akiita watu watoke nje, hata kuja ati awape handouts ndio mtoke, people will come.
He just needs to say.
He just needs to say and it will happen. Because you see hata jana li threaten kuboycott some products like I don't know Safaricom, eggs and it, but akiongelea eggs, comrades, tutakula nini?
Akijamini.
Tutakula nini?
So I don't know, but me really feel like let us see how it goes. But I feel like the opposition is giving the government what it asked for.
Moving on to the next story. So black immigrants, specifically black Africans in Tunisia, are facing racist attacks. Yes, after the president made some comments that suggested blacks are not welcomed in the country. So Tunisians, as we know, they are Arabic. They are calling black immigrants rapists, criminals, people who eat dogs and cats. Hey, that is what they are doing right now. Hey, what do you guys think? Tunisia is in Africa, just so you know.
Yeah, just so you know.
But they don't want black immigrants. But we not understand. We know that it is an Arabic country, and such things are expected.
Yeah,
they're not surprising. They're expected. The only surprising fact is that Tunisia is in Africa.
Is in Africa.
What do you guys think?
That's despicable.
You see the issue about Arabs and blacks. You remember in World Cup when Morocco was playing and there was France. There are people who are saying I better support France than support Morocco. Because they're saying in France 90% of players in that team are blacks. And in Morocco there was not even, it was very difficult to identify a black person. Yeah, and so the black people are saying that we feel we connect more with the France players, the French players than the ones from Morocco. So the fight among blacks and Arabs, like me I feel ni kitu imekuwa ikienda for so long, but again you see Africa as a whole is known for the blacks as a continent. It's a continent for the blacks. So when this minority group of Arabs really want to feel like, because they are minority. Let us be honest. It's only the Northern Africa. Kasjakosea, sindio? The Northern Africa. So if they really want to feel that superior, you see when blacks, now we the black people, when the black community decides to lose their cool or lose their temper against these people, it will be very messy.
Yeah.
Because
Africa is supposed to be one. And when we have these divisions, it makes us, you see how other countries, the West, they look at us as just people who they can't be tolerated, they are uncouth, there are people who are barbaric and civilized, they'll take us more like that. So without this unity, but again it's understandable, Tunisia is in the Arab world. So whatever policies and whatever mindset they have is in the Arab world. It's in the way the Arab world thinks. they're like that. Sisi Sub-Saharan Africa, Southern Africa, West Africa, we think differently. We think of accommodating people. We think of welcoming people to our countries, to love people. We are friends of people. We're friends of the whites. We are friends of the blacks. We're friends of the Arabs. We're friends of the Asians. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's very sad. It's I don't know how to put it. It's not the right way to go when it comes to Africa as a continent.
Yeah, plus you find that we're also sort of learning to start creating these divisions, like you're dark, I'm light skinned, or you're chocolate, and it's a bit too much. And then I don't know, kama ni influence, I don't know, US, where you find some people have to like say that I am black. You know, like I'm black. I will be black in every country.
But you know, in Africa, when you're in Africa, you don't realize you're black until you go to a country where they make you know that you're black.
Yeah.
So when I say Tunisia is more Arabic.
But I don't know, what is it the same na colorism? That's a whole other thing.
That's racism. Colorism is now between us sisi kama Kenya.
Sasa hiyo ndio sisi tuko nayo.
So it's a thing we all have. But me, my point, my thinking is kila mtu akae kwao kama ni possible. Tukae tu kwetu to avoid history ya kuenda kwa watu tunakuwa discriminated, tunaitwa hivi na hivi, karibu tuuawe because of our color. If ni possible tukae kwetu. Kama si possible tuende tutulie kwa wenyewe, make a lot of noise alafu tutoke kama ni biashara inatupeleka huko.
Maybe tu kwa hiyo story yenye tumeongelea mwisho. Nitadisagree na kidogo kusema tukae tu kwetu. I really feel it will be very bad for a continent if we as a continent already we are making it difficult for people in that continent to move freely from one country to the other. Like katushaifika hapo, then why don't we just then take the Northern Africa ikwe a continent on itself, then sipia tuko a continent on ourselves.
And I also think then
No sense.
maybe to get to meet you at a middle point, then I think we need to understand where we are welcomed and where we are not. Yeah. If you hear we are not welcomed in Morocco, in Tunisia, in the Arab,
tuachane nayo.
Let's avoid as much as possible. And kama tuna kitu kingine ya kusema, this has been the catch up of the Social Scene podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment on the topics that we've talked about. Hizi vitu zinatu affect sisi wote. So your comment is there, itatusaidia to make more content for you, to understand your line of thinking. And when we are making content, we understand what you're thinking about, and you can create content that suits you. Don't forget to share. Follow us on our social media platforms. Also, there's a number hapa chini. You can text, you can call if you want to be a guest or if you want to contribute to the topics that we are talking about. We'll see you in the next episode of The Catch Up. The next roll. Tunaita roll. So this was roll 2. Roll 3. We'll see you in roll 3. I've been your host, Dicky Chillis.
Rachel Omoshe.
Oburu Odhiambo.
Peace out.